Hey guys, it's Tanya.
Hey, it's Erin, and welcome to Wicked Psychotherapist.
Yeah, so we have a really fun one today. Of course, continuing on the Adam Sandler train. We are going to be talking about a very recent release, um, Happy Gilmore 2, that is currently trending on Netflix from the time we're recording this. But it was a really, really fun one to watch. I think this was something I really liked it. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I did too. I
Um,
thought it was fun.
It was. It was really like I found myself laughing out loud way more than I expected, and um I mean I loved Happy Gilmore, but 30 years later with a continuation, you kind of think, you know, what's gonna happen with this one? But it delivered, I think.
Yeah.
Um yeah, that was really good. But yeah, uh we so this will be a spoiler alert because this is a fairly new one. So if you
Yes.
don't want to know about this, obviously you probably, if you see Happy Gilmore 2 in the title, you probably wouldn't watch it knowing that we're gonna
Yeah,
talk
we're
about
going to
it.
talk, we're going to
If
dissect it or just. So please pause
Yeah,
this if you haven't seen Happy Gilmore 2. Watch it, then come back.
yeah, for sure, yeah, and it's worth it. It's definitely worth it to
Mhm.
watch it. Um, yeah, so it was about 30 years later, 1996 to now, 29 years. Um, but a lot has changed in Happy Gilmore's life. He has 4 boys and a daughter. He married his wife. We find out very soon into, he kind of like conquered the golf world. He won all these um, you know, whatever they're called, championships,
I don't know. He has
opens,
lots of yellow
opens.
jackets. He's
Yeah, he's
lots
got
of
lots of
yellow
yellow
jackets.
jackets.
He's happy in
Yeah.
grandma's old house and just
Yeah, they
yeah,
like add
things.
on additions and things like that.
Yeah,
It's like a
because
beautiful house.
at first I was like, "This is a mansion. What is?" But then you realize it's grandma's house. But it's yeah, he's doing well. But yeah, so yeah, so
Yeah.
it does. It starts really happy, and like you just like, oh, he's doing really good.
Yeah, it's a nice little, jaunt down. Oh, this is the continuation of Happy's life, and it's really promising. And then we get to a scene where he, at some golf tournament, he tees off and he unfortunately hits his wife, um, I guess hard enough to kill her. And
Killer.
so she's
Yeah.
pretty early on, she dies, because of a stray ball to the head or whatever. He teed off and he was, I don't know, she was in the direct path for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah,
And
I was wondering, like, why would she be sitting, like standing right at the. No one else was there.
yeah,
It didn't.
yeah, it was very weird, especially knowing the power of his hits too, like the way he
Yeah,
hits the ball and like
yeah.
how
So like
hard it is.
400 miles
Yeah,
per hour or something.
yeah, yeah. It was kind of crazy. I really wasn't expecting that. I was like, wait a minute. This seemed like, I can't remember the name of his wife. I just know Julie Bowen, the actress,
Virginia,
but
Virginia.
Virginia, yeah. But yeah, I just thought she would be in it the whole movie. But that kind of played into the rest of the plot, where we see that he, from this, he feels so guilty about what happens. He's like grief stricken, and he starts to drink and to cope with this. He's got
Yeah,
the um kind of no other way of coping, because he's just so hurt that he feels so guilty about it, and doesn't want to go near golf again. So
yeah.
he slowly kind of descends into a spiral, and he's a single father of 5 kids. My God.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, and then the bills start to lapse because I guess Virginia had always taken care of that. He's not playing golf as much, so there's no money coming in. So they lose grandma's house. He says he lost everything. And that's so sad, because it's like, oh my
Yeah,
gosh, that's what the whole like Happy Gilmore, he was trying to save the house, and then he just loses it like within like 10
yeah,
minutes of the
yeah.
movie. We hear about it. Um,
I did
that
think
was
at
that was
first, I was
really
like,
sad.
yeah, it was sad. And I was thinking, I was like, is he going to try to win grandma's house again? But then it's like, no, it's just like, no, they end up in like this rundown house or apartment that looks like we were saying, it looks like either Worcester or Fall River or something. It just
It
kind of
totally does.
forgotten.
Yeah. It's definitely like a Worcester-esque house, but I guess it was filmed in New Jersey, which I guess there's some crossover there.
Yes,
But
it looks like it.
yeah. But so he and his daughter, the youngest one, she's like a ballerina, you know, kind of like she's taking classes through the Boys and Girls Club, but apparently she's so good that her teacher submits her video to like some prestigious school, which is going to cost like $75,000 a year. And he doesn't have the money. He doesn't want to see her dreams broken from that.
Right.
And so that's kind of the motivation, as well as, losing his grandma's house. But I think that's the first primary motivation is really his kids, right? He's really focused on them. I guess the boys kind of are living out on their own. They're like old enough to kind of be like they live in a house on their own sort of thing.
Yeah, they're all renting. I think they said like they're all renting an apartment together. Some of the boys look really young, but maybe they just look young. Like some of them look like they'd be the same age as Vienna, but they're probably older, able to somewhat take care of themselves in whatever manner. I would not want to see what their apartment looked like.
Yeah, because they're a rowdy bunch. They're pretty hilarious though. They're like they're kind of like Happy when he was younger, but there's 4 of them, and they're really rowdy and kind of
suggestive idiots.
Yeah, let's just say that. Yeah, with their humor, but they are. It honestly made me laugh quite a bit.
Yeah, it's funny.
And the daughter Vienna is kind of a little more refined, but she still joins in on like some of the family rowdiness. But yeah, so he starts to see this, like he has this recognition of like, oh, there's something outside of this grief. Like my daughter, I don't want her to suffer for this and not live her dreams. And so that kind of snaps him out of saying like, oh, maybe I need to get some help. Also his daughter is kind of caretakes him and is like, you can't be doing this. He also has a golf cart incident where he's trying to kind of, maybe think of restarting golf because he hasn't played at this point in like 10 years.
Right.
And he like ends up crashing really crashing the golf cart,
explodes,
like, to the point where it made the news. Yeah. And so it's just kind of very apparent he's got a drinking problem. And so, yeah, he is, thinking, okay, I got to get back to golf. Like his wife Virginia comes to him in a dream and is like, you're not meant to be thinking about hockey. You got to think back to golf. And he's like, okay, I gotta think of this. And so he kind of starts to practice again. He starts at like the beginner leagues. He kind of stinks.
Yeah,
it's like he's kind of being up like kind of shown up by these like 3 young kids.
Yeah, well, what did his housemate or whatever garage maid John Daly is like? You can't do any worse than just starting from the bottom. Like you're already at the bottom. So just go to a place and practice with 3 kids and see what happens.
Yeah, and he kind of has to like start over again, which is he's 50 in his 50s now. He was probably like in his late 20s back when the original Happy Gilmore was filmed, or that was like what his character was supposed to be.
Yeah, because he's 50.
He's competing with all these young kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and and also kind of not having practiced, and also with all the grief, of the thinking about it, when he's playing. So it's a hard road. But even his daughter is like, no, you can, you'll start to get better, and then a little better, and you'll be the best again. He has a lot of encouragement from his friends and everything. So
and I think that
we
also
see that setup.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think that kind of spearheads him too to think like, well, maybe I need to get sober. Well, he kind of was forced to start attending an AA type of. I say type of because another character that we saw before,
Yeah.
Hal, who poor grandma had to have Hal as her nurse. And now Hal is running. I don't know what judge Hal talked to, but he's able to run this whole.
I think it's his brother. He said it's
Oh,
like
is
his
it the
brother or family member.
Oh, okay. So his brother's a judge, and his brother helped him create this racket of like, hey, you could do whatever you want for these people, so they could wash your car, they can paint your house, they could do whatever, read your book that you wrote. And so Happy is stuck with Hal, and he's the person that's kind of ensuring that he's staying sober and going to the meetings and stuff. So it's like, oh boy.
Yeah. He's running basically like indentured servitude, but he's putting it in the frame of, oh, this will help you to get sober, and
Yeah.
oh, and here's my book, and any other book that you have, like, because Happy had another book by Chubbs, that he was reading, like The Art of Golf or whatever or something, and
Yeah.
he like throws it against the wall. He's so mad. But yeah, if you like say or do something out of line, he's like, "You're gonna wash my car this weekend."
Yeah.
Like that's the way to him, like, that's the way to feeling better, to getting through
Right.
this, sobriety. But really, it's just his way of getting people to, be his servants.
Yeah.
So he's
funny.
still awful. He's still an abusive person, as he was with grandma, unfortunately, back in the day. But yeah, it's a real shoddy group. He calls it like Hal's group, like healing and something. I don't know. Healing and
whatever.
I don't remember what it stood for.
Yeah,
the acronym,
something.
but
it's not AA. That's what he said.
Yeah. It's definitely, I mean, it's kind of like, I think he's trying to base it off that framework, but it's more just for his own needs, and
Yeah, it's like,
everybody
how
else just kind of
yeah,
falls
how
in line with it. Yeah. So he does that, and he is kind of, like trying to get some help, but really it's the motivation of like his family, and his sons are like, we believe in you, and his friends, John Daly, they're all kind of very supportive of him.
Yeah.
I think that's probably what gets him through not Hell's group, I would say.
Yeah, and it's and even as goofy and irresponsible as the sons seem, they love their dad so much, and they all
Yeah.
5 of them are just so supportive, and John Daly too. Like, he's just everywhere. It's funny how Adam's always like, okay, and you guys take care of John. Make sure he's doing, like, whatever.
Sure, he eats 3 times a day, gets a walk or something. Like he's a pet. And he was also in the original one too, right? Like, he was like John Daly. Was he in the original one?
I don't know. He may have been. I don't remember. But he, like, it's funny though. Like, I don't know anything about golf, but I feel like, this is looking at pictures of John. It's like, this is who he really, like, who he's portrayed in Happy Gilmore is probably who he really is. Like, he's probably a crazy, funny person. Yeah, I guess he was in the original. I just did a quick search, and he was in the first one too.
Oh, okay, yeah, I think he like kind of lets him live.
Oh, he's Happy Gilmore's brother. It says John Daly is playing Happy Gilmore's brother in Happy Gilmore 2, but I don't think he is. I think he just acts like a brother.
Oh,
because he calls him John Daly.
Yeah, because they do say Uncle John Daly. They're always like Uncle John Daly. Yeah. Yeah. He's an entity. He's like this version of himself. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I thought that was really funny. And he's just kind of like, he's this really supportive person, even though he's kind of, he's living off of Happy, but like Happy is he provides Happy a lot of support, emotional support and everything.
Yeah.
So that's, he's got a lot of good people surrounding him. I think that's what helps him through that. But then he gets approached by the guy who I'm not kidding you. The first time I saw him, I thought that was Carrot Top. It is not. Because I looked it up and I was like, is that Carrot Top? Like, in his, like, after having a lot of surgery or something?
Who was that? Who are you thinking was Carrot?
the Maxi guy,
Oh
Manatee or
yeah, I was
whatever.
trying to figure out who that guy was, but yeah, I
He's
couldn't
actually
find
been
him.
in a couple other things. I don't really recognize him, but I looked him up and I was like, "Oh, okay. He's been in a
He's been
couple of."
around before. Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty like, but I just didn't know him, but I was like, "Man, it was probably just the red hair that he had first, and I just was, I did think he did look a little too young to be him, but he definitely is. But um yeah, and he approaches Happy in like a grocery store and he's like, "Hey, I'm starting this new golf league. Like it's a whole new thing. It's like fun and kind of has its own rules." And he's like, "You're like the spokesperson for this. Like you're in the DNA of my project for this because you went against all the rules and everything. So like you got to be a part of this." And Happy's just not interested at all.
No.
He's just like, "No, that sounds stupid. That sounds awful. Like, no thanks. I
Yeah.
don't play golf anymore, but like I certainly don't want to play it like that." He's just like
Yeah.
not into it. Yeah. He's more like he wants to kind of keep, he's not really quite about golf, going back to golf at that point yet, but he's like, if I am going to go back, it's not going to be that way. Like that sounds kind of
Yeah. Well, no, it's also I
D-baggish.
don't know if that's when he starts thinking too. It's like, well, that's not really what golf is because that's, Virginia. I know he ends up talking it later, but you know, real golf, was so important to his wife and it's just, you know, I think that also is kind of like, well, now I need to get sober and start learning how to play golf again to beat this guy, beat this idiot.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like that kind of becomes another motivation. So he's got all these kind of motivations to
Hmm.
get through his grief and then get through, the drinking and everything. And
Yeah.
yeah, this guy starts to, you know, um form this league of called like the Maxi League or something where it reminds me of, what it reminds me of and I was seeing this was like, do you remember the X Games or
Oh yeah. Yeah.
um like where it's kind of like really hyped up. It's like kind of more about the like excitement of it as opposed to like the
The sport.
tradition or the rules or the sport. Yeah, like it's kind of just yeah, and it gave me that same like ugh feeling that I got from exports.
Hmm.
Kind of like ugh, I just don't really like this.
Yeah. Well, it's all like you see all the. Well, that's probably and also like the Red Bull things. Like there's all like people drinking energy drinks and doing the. Like it's like all hyped up.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's
Yeah.
yeah. It's I was gonna say that's when when it made me laugh when also like they're like figuring all out who's gonna play and stuff, and then Haley Joe Osment is like one of the golfers like on Happy's team, and you just start to see him morph into like this like almost like a villain, and it's so funny to see him in this character, like to see
Yeah.
him as the bad person, and it's just a because we have done we had him in we talked about the Sixth Sense when he was just a little boy.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. He was a sweet
so
innocent little boy. Yeah. Then
it's
he
fun
became the
seeing him.
villain.
It's fun seeing him like this.
Yeah, it was. That was a nice surprise. And I had a feeling though when he first kind of appeared, I was like, I think he's gonna be like a double agent. I think he's gonna end
Hmm.
up being for the
Yeah, like
Maxi
when
League or
he's wearing
whatever.
shorts and he didn't care that he was wearing shorts and like you can't wear shorts. But
Yeah. Yeah. And he's just kind of flouting the rules and like just his demeanor and um his confidence. It just kind of seemed to be. And then he does admit he's like, "Well, I'm actually not, you know, playing for the traditional golf team. I'm going to be playing in the Maxi League or whatever because um they end up setting a competition, the Maxi League and the regular vanilla golfers as they refer to them
yeah,
as
yeah.
and saying like, "Oh, well we'll see, we'll show them who's the best or whatever because they're trying to kind of form this new league to
Hmm.
take over and, get
Right.
maybe eliminate that league." Um but yeah, so they decide, okay, well, whoever does well in this weekend or whatever back at I can't remember what it's called, but like the Gold Jacket League or whatever, just kind of like the regular traditional league.
Yeah. I think it's just like they
That
had the yellow
whoever the
jacket. I
top
don't know.
5 will compete. Yeah, the
Yeah.
yellow
Tournament
jacket, Gold
winners
Jacket
or
League.
yeah. You can tell we love
Yeah.
golf.
Yeah. I did not I knew very few things from that, and it was only from I
Yeah.
don't know, just I happen to know very few things, but
Yeah. Yeah, me too. I like mini golf. I don't really understand. I've never I've watched golf if it's on for a second, while I'm changing a channel, and then I quickly change it.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. I don't think I've ever really
GA
watched
tour
golf.
winners or something. I don't know what it's called. I don't
Yeah, Professional Golf
Masters?
Association or
Is it the Masters
whatever it
tournament?
is.
I don't know. You
The
guys will know.
Masters maybe. Yeah, you guys get us, but maybe it's not even like something real, maybe in the movie it's something fictionalized. I don't even
Yeah.
know, but
And I really doubt they all do you think they all sit having lunch together with for special occasions while wearing their yellow jackets? Do you think that's like maybe they do?
no.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know golf culture, but maybe. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, and I
That's
love
a good
that
question.
love that he had like real golfers in like again, I don't know golf,
Yeah.
but it seemed like everyone in that room was like a real golfer.
Yeah,
was
I think they
somebody
were.
famous.
That's what I was saying. Yeah. I kind of got that feeling too. You just kind of felt like they were golfers. Like I know Jack Nicklaus was in it, and like because when he asked
Yeah.
for a lemonade,
I know.
half lemonade, half iced tea, and he's like Arnold Palmer, and he's like, no, Jack Nicklaus. Like no, like because yeah, but yeah, and so they play. For the weekend, they're like the top 5 will play against the league in the Maxi League, and this Maxi League is founded by the guy who approached Happy before.
Yeah.
And he's kind of like
yeah.
recruited all these people like into it by now. Yeah, and he's just kind of formulating this golf league that's like no rules, no holds bar, kind of like maximum extreme settings. Like you could be on ice for one
Yeah.
hole and then be like in, I don't know, climbing a tree for another one or something. Just really bizarre kind of, like golf settings, I guess. So yeah, Happy ends up being the top 5. He's 6th, but he ends up being the top 5 because Billy Jenkins, which is Haley Joel Osment's character, ends up, saying, I'm actually in the Maxi League and I'm going to play for them. Kind of switching sides basically. And
so then Happy gets in. Yeah.
Happy gets in, yeah. But yeah, and so then it's kind of like down to that, right? It's like who wins, like kind of the traditional, like, and you're kind of pitted against like the good guys and the bad guys, right? Of like, and Happy also needs money for, his daughter and just for all the debt he's in and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of the final like squaring off, I guess. But yeah, and I think, during this whole time, I can't remember, his last name is Manatee or something. The guy who heads the Maxi Golf League, he's like approaches, he really, really wants Happy to play because he's like, you're in the DNA of this. You're the the reason why I founded this. And Happy just keeps saying, no, that's not me. Like that's his, Virginia would want it to be this way. He wants it to stay this way. And I think I can definitely see, like, at first I was kind of like, oh, why would he not want to be a part of that? But then when you see what it actually is, you're like, okay, because it doesn't abide by any set rules, and it's
just ridiculous,
weird, and it's just for like entertainment value. And apparently the guy can like has apps on, or he can like change up the whole, like the kind of the whatever hole you're at or whatever, like he can kind of change the terrain of it. And it's like, okay, what are the rules here then? They're just kind of like non-existent. Like it doesn't really, I don't know.
Well, it's trying to be set so that his people can win. It's rigged.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting too that like at the beginning, like when we first saw Happy Gilmore, the first one, he was like, golf is so stupid, and now he's protecting it and wants it to, okay, he actually came with the idea of like, why don't we go against them? And whoever wins, that's the type of golf that stays, because he wanted to honor Virginia. And, so he's dealing with his grief and working on his grief with this, so it is like we see a little transition with him. So he's getting, he's now not drinking, he's, working on his grief, realizing like he needs to do this to help his kids and help his friends with the golf community.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like you see a change in him because he wasn't very he grows to have a respect for it and a love for it because it means something. It's meaningful. And yeah, he wants to, have something like that, as a memory, to honor everyone that, all the people he meets and his late wife.
Yeah. And I do
so
love
it's
that. Oh, I was gonna say I do love that Shooter McGavin is back. I think it's great when they have him in the mental institution, and then when Happy and Shooter kind of see each other again at the graveyard, where everybody is buried in the same graveyard. But I love the whole transition where Shooter and Happy just, they're bonding, and it's, like they had so much hatred for each other. And it's like, it's very healing. All of this is for both of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Right in front of Bob Barker's, like, Bob Barker's grave. And then he punches him. Price is Right, B. Yeah. But no, it really is. Yeah, it's kind of like they team up to kind of be like, okay, we'll protect this tradition of golf because they both kind of can agree on that. And they also they seem to kind of have a respect for each other in that. Yeah. So it is kind of that, like, the whole, adversarial nature of the relationship in the first one is very much kind of dissolves, I guess, in this one. Yeah, that was nice to see. A little obviously unrealistic the way a lot of things are in these movies, but still nice. But yeah, it definitely, I think, was just really funny, and we're seeing all these cast of characters along the way. There's such good surprises for me. Honestly, my favorite one was his was the guy who is always heckling him, the heckler or whatever, and it is played by Eminem. That was like my absolute favorite to see. That was the best.
It's the it's the heckler's son, and
he carries on.
I love how ridiculous it is that and he carries on that he dresses exactly like his dad, and he has the same haircut, and it's Eminem, and so silly. And
I loved that. That was
Adam
great.
is so smart. He's just the way his mind works is just, he's so funny. He's so clever. And we talked earlier too, and I really like how he did like an honor for Cameron Boyce to just like, like it's a really quick in the like what the golf, like when he's going to like when he's going to golf with the 3 or 4 people at like just like this, local place. The people are watching.
Beginners.
Yeah, they're watching a Disney show, probably like Jessie or something like that Cameron was on. It's just nice. It's like Adam's, he's talked before about how much he really, loved him and how much their relationship meant, like, getting to know him in the grown-up movies and everything. So I thought that was really nice.
Yeah, that was a really nice kind of tribute to him, and he does that quite often, and with people that he's lost, or just in including his friends, as he did in this one, in most of his movies, and his family members, his daughters, his wife, his mom, like they're all in it, and he does that frequently.
Like you even said, like and you even mentioned too, like he included Chris Farley's brother, his little brother. So
yeah, he was in there. He's part of Hal's gang. But yeah, There's so many little like surprises in there that if you
Yeah, you have to watch
don't know
it if you
anything
haven't
about
seen.
it, like yeah, it's really
Yeah, you
nice.
definitely have to see it. If you have not seen Happy Gilmore, the first one in a while, you should watch it just because you're going to get all the inside jokes and just it's so funny.
Yeah.
They both are just really good.
Yeah, because I hadn't watched it, like, I didn't watch it right before, so I did forget some of the things, but I kinda
Mhm.
surmised from the way they were talking about it, I was like, "Oh, yeah, I think I remember that from the first one."
Right.
Um, there was also, like, a couple like, a couple of appearances from, like, Bad Bunny was the, um the his caddy, who was pretty hilarious, who kinda
Oh my
seemed really
gosh, he
innocent, but also
was?
was kind of yeah.
I didn't
Yeah,
realize
I
that.
thought he was really funny. I was like, because I didn't realize it at first either, and then I was like and I don't really know his music or whatever, like, I don't really know I honestly don't think I really knew what he looked like, but I know
Mhm.
of him, and I was like, "Oh my god, he was really funny." Like, he was a good addition to that, like,
Yeah.
he had, like, these like, he just fit the part. It was really nice. He just kinda fit in there. Um, but he's, like, the ever loyal caddy, he doesn't really know much about he doesn't know anything
Mhm.
about golf. He's like, "What's the green?" Like, he doesn't even know what the green is. Um, and, uh, yeah, and also Post Malone was, like, one of the commentators or whatever,
Yeah.
um, that they brought in. He was just in for, like, a little bit and just kind of was like, "Oh, that sucks." Like, he didn't really, like, add much to the commentating, which is, probably about right, so that's really not what he does, but
Yeah. Funny.
I just there's so many good surprises from celebrities, like,
Mhm.
um, his old gang, like, all the people, like you said, his friends and family members, and it was, despite all that, it could have been, I think, kind of cheesy, but I think he thought about this plot,
Yeah.
and it was actually executed really well. It was funny. It was really funny.
Right.
Yeah, but it all comes down to the kind of final competition between um Happy
Happy.
Gilmore and Billy Jenkins, Happy and Billy, and there's kind of like we learned that the players that are in the maxi league, they have this weird advantage where I guess they're required to get this like hip ligament
Yeah.
snipped, which is absolutely frightening. When they said that,
Yeah.
I was like, ugh, like, which increases their drive, like their ability
Yeah. Just
to drive long, like
twist.
they can like kind of
Yeah.
twist around.
So gross.
Yeah, and which is really, like, weird and, like, kinda cheating and yeah. Um, but
Super cheating. It's like a
yeah, and
spring.
so yeah, yeah, ugh, yeah. But yeah, so it comes down to that, and of course, all this like, it hilariously goes down that, there's things that happen, and of course, the quote unquote "good guys" win, and,
Mhm.
they had bet right before with Manatee. He was like, "If I win this, you're gonna pay for my daughter's schooling and buy my grandma's house back and buy Oscar a restaurant and and I'm gonna get your Spectre, your electric Rolls Royce or whatever."
Oh yeah.
And um and he's like, "All right." And he's like, "But if not, you come and join us or whatever on this league." So of course there's a lot riding on that. And
Right.
yeah. So he really like has to defend all these traditions in this,
Mhm.
and kind of, deal with his grief with his wife, and take on kind of this responsibility of saying, I need to be the parent again to my kids and
Yeah.
all those good things. But yeah, and it's just it really is the hilariousness and the all the surprises are just so great. I would watch it again, like,
Yeah, I
definitely.
think I wanna
It was
watch it
funny just to
again.
catch everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like I missed some parts of it.
Yeah, me too. Me too. 'Cause it's so loaded with surprises, and I mean, it really is good, especially if you're a fan of the first one or just Adam's style of movies, like,
Comedy.
which you
Yeah.
probably are, if you're listening to this. Um, yeah, overall, I mean, I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought it was definitely
Mhm.
worth the wait, almost 30 years, and
Yeah. He
it
has
was
a loyal
good,
following.
yeah.
If we'll wait for 30 years. It's
Yeah.
pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Yeah,
would say
so
that it's definitely it's a good one. I liked it.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely was. Um, yeah. So, anything else that were kind of there was just so much it was hard to.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I really think I liked that because guess in both Happy Gilmores he does he does work through stuff like because both of them he was working through grief, which is kind of interesting. Because the first
Mhm.
one he's working on his dad died from a hockey. Oh my gosh. His dad died from a hockey. Oh my god, he killed both his dad and his wife. I just realized that.
Yeah. He's
Because I mean, because
he's
he
got
killed his dad
yeah.
with his hockey stick or whatever, the puck, and then he killed his wife with his ball. Oh my gosh, that's so sad
Yeah.
for him. But
That's
he ends up,
traumatic.
yeah. So then he ends up working on his grief, and it is quite the journey, and I think it's pretty, it's pretty great that he's able to do it twice.
Yeah,
Just yeah,
yeah. And through golf both times, like he kind of,
yeah,
has this
it's
finds this
healing.
respect for golf and then also wants to defend its honor, I guess, in this one.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
yeah. And just learning kind of what happens to Happy is really really interesting, just as a continuation for where he's at now and like
yeah,
and kind of that we see him as a grown up, he's not as like silly and goofy and like losing his temper as much, but he definitely, he kind of I think has grown up and maybe being a father of 5 kids and being married for a while will probably
yeah,
do that to you. Yeah.
yeah. And
But
then having to
oh,
do
and
it on his own
his
for, he
yeah.
had to do it on his
Yeah,
own
it's
for
like
10 years.
yeah. Yeah, and like having to really kind of and I mean I know he used drinking to cope, but he was really trying to figure that out again, like how do
Hmm.
I do this? But I remember the original caddy that he had that he kind of like choked out, and then he
Yeah,
came back and he was one of the players that he was competing against and
yeah,
um he was kind of like never forgot it and got really like was still like he was like, "Oh, I still remember that," kind of thing and that was a really funny
yeah.
addition.
That's funny.
And then he ends up like choking out his own caddy like and he's
He's
like,
like,
"Oh,
you
now he
get
gets
it.
it."
Yeah.
Yeah. That was funny. It was just all good stuff. Good replay, good memories, good continuation,
Hmm.
good people, good casting, just all around good stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, and characters that couldn't be there, or like maybe it would be strange, or maybe they didn't want to be there, or maybe they had passed, like in real life. They kind of continue with like sons or family members, or kind of that type of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. And I like
Which I
how
thought was
at first
nice.
I was like, oh, this is gonna be cheesy having the going back and forth from that movie to this, like, with the memories, but it actually worked really well. The
Yeah,
So, I thought it was good, and I was happy to see Steve Buscemi and Rob Schneider really quick, for but yeah, it was really good. I recommend watching it if you have listened through this whole thing. If not, we hope you did enjoy it either way.
yeah. It is. It is really good. It's definitely good. And it's great that it's on Netflix too right now.
Hmm.
But yeah, so I think it's time for our challenge question.
Okay.
So I I want to preface this because I was thinking about this and I was like, okay, and I just watched it last night, so it's only been a night, but if you if you had to choose between the 2 leagues to play in, the Maxi League or the whatever traditional PGA league,
Hmm.
which would you choose? However, let me preface it with a couple of things. The Maxi League,
Okay.
you wouldn't have to do the whole like snipping of your
Okay. That's
whatever
what
like hip
that you
ligaments.
that was exactly going in my head. Okay.
Yeah, I knew. I was like, she's not gonna, and like who would, right? Like, well, I guess
Yeah.
those crazy people would, but, um, like without that and without it being, that it's like competing with this league. It's just a choice of one or
Okay.
the other, and the guy is not like is not such a dominating jerk,
Okay.
right? It's just kind of like a
Yeah.
way of playing, like with those
Okay.
kind of
Okay.
criteria.
Well,
Yeah. Which one would you choose?
I think I'd pick Maxi League. But because it seems more fun. What a stupid name. Guys, it's like Max.
I know it is. It's so dumb.
But I think I would choose that just because it looks like you're not just standing in the heat for like 4 hours. And because golf is long. It's like 18 holes, and that looks like it could take a long time. And Maxi League is only 7 holes. And the golf carts look really fast. And you're going, the only thing is just kind of ridiculousness. Like, it's like you don't, like, who's going to be able to shoot over trees? So you're going to be going into the trees and doing all this craziness. So I think I would probably choose that because I've only golfed once in my life and I was so bored and I only did like a couple holes. I didn't even finish the whole thing. I was just so bored. I like mini golf a lot though. So that's also what I'm thinking. Maybe it'd be kind of Maxi would be kind of like mini golf / fastness and stuff. What about you? What would you choose?
I agree. I'm with you. Yeah, I would rather do the maxi golf because I've never like golfed like done like actual golfing, but it doesn't sound fun to me. And I think those little challenges and everything without the stipulations that, I set out, like, I think it would be fun. It'd be kind of exciting. Actually, some of them looked pretty cool to kind of challenge yourself to, like, I don't know, be on like ice and like try it. Well, maybe not that one,
to
right?
slip.
But like,
it was kind of
like some of
silly.
them, it might be kind of cool. Yeah. Like climbing on like, the rings over like a river, kind of like having a little like some Ninja Warrior mixed in there. Like, I think that would be fun. And
that would be kind of fun.
So yeah.
Survivor
I definitely
Ninja Warrior.
Don't like the like it's kind of it's kind of what it reminded me of. It was just like all these different scenarios or like kind of different settings, and I thought like, oh, that actually kind of looks fun, but like it just in the movie, obviously you don't like all the stuff around it and the people in it, that are involved and the snipping of the hip ligament. But
yes, that's scary.
Yeah, I would definitely choose that one because golf is not. It doesn't mean much to me, and I don't even know how to do it, and I don't care to do it.
My dad plays like I think like I don't know how many times a week he does it, but he loves it. Right now, of course, in Florida, you kind of have to find other sports, I think, or do it like super early in the morning. But it just, I don't know, it just doesn't seem. I mean, for me, I know people love it. It just doesn't seem very fun to me. It just a lot of concentration and standing around with people. It just doesn't. It just seems. I don't know. It reminds me of like baseball, just boring. I mean, except like I don't know. For baseball, I think I wouldn't mind seeing those. Is it Savannah Bananas? They look fun. Like the guys in yellow.
Yeah, that's kind of like they've got more entertainment built in there.
Yeah, I would like that type of baseball. But golf, mini golf is fun. But yeah, just regular golf. Again, unless it was like you're watching Adam Sandler or maybe John Daly. He seems like he might be fun.
Yeah, maybe he would be entertaining. Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Yeah. So that's yeah. Let us know what you think. Hopefully you get to watch this or you have watched this already, but we thought this was really interesting. It definitely has some themes that continue with like the overarching one being grief and parent-child relationships, friendships, support, that type of thing. But just a funny, good movie. Just a good watch. Yeah. So don't forget to follow us on all the socials, even YouTube. We are there. Leave us a review, tell a friend. Good stuff. We appreciate it.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. And don't forget, stay wicked.
And keep your mind well. All right, everyone. Have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye, guys.